Alright, what's up guys? In today's video, we're comparing the PKM head-to-head versus the BRUEN MK9, the best class setup for each weapon, which is going to dictate the stats. We're going to be comparing these two guns head-to-head in. We're going to take a look at the damage, the fire rate, the range, the mobility, the accuracy, the reload time, which has a big factor, and then we're just going to look at the overall time to kill and up to what range, which just kind of dictate what makes a gun good or bad. The first thing we're talking about is the overall best class of each weapon, which is what I think is the most important, because obviously you can determine the overall stats of these guns. So with the PKM, we're using the monolithic suppressor, the 26.9 extended barrel. We're going to be using the snatch grip, the rubberized grip, and the thermal sight, the last thermal you guys unlock. This is going to give you the best recoil pattern possible. This PKM class setup is mainly built to have no recoil while being able to kill players at very, very long distances, which is where the PKM completely excels. So I tried using this class setup in Warzone and absolutely fell in love with it. So that's what I'm recommending to you guys most. With the MK9, we're using a very similar class setup, the monolithic suppressor with the Horizon long barrel. We're also going to be using the 60 round mag, the tac laser, and the commando foregrip. We're going to tell you guys what that does for the weapon in the overall stats. You guys will see in just a second. But as far as the damage, the difference between the two damages is the MK9 does have a third damage drop, which is obviously going to make that third range drop as well. The damages are the same in the first two. You have a 34 and a 30 damage profile, which both have worse damage to the stomach and limbs, which is very, very, very similar, almost identical. The MK9 is going to have a third damage drop, which goes down to about 24, which is obviously going to have a third range drop, which is going to affect it a little bit. But the fire rate is the same, about 750 rounds per minute. Your ranges are almost identical. The PKM class up is going to go up to about 52 meters. The MK9 about 54 meters, which 2 meters is completely irrelevant. The MK9 is 74 meters to the second range, which is actually pretty average for LMGs and ARs, which is kind of a big negative. But as far as the overall mobility of these two guns, the aim down sight is where you guys are going to see a big difference. The PKM is going to be about 434 milliseconds. The MK9 is going to be about 384 milliseconds, which is actually pretty fast, about 15% faster than the base, which is definitely excellent. Your overall movement speed with the PKM is going to be about 87%, which is about 1% slower than default. The MK9 is going to be about 91%, which is about 1% faster. So you're getting a 4% difference in movement speed, which you were trying to run away from an enemy or trying to survive the gas, get out of the gas. That MK9 movement speed is definitely going to play a bigger factor. And the stray speed, the PKM goes down by about 2% to 33%, and the MK9 goes up by 2% to about 38%, which the stray speed, the overall mobility, you guys can see that MK9 absolutely outclasses this weapon. With the overall accuracy, the best class of all those weapons is going to factor in. The MK9 is going to get a significantly better idle sway with that tac laser on there. It also has a little bit less recoil pattern. It also has a more stable recoil. There's less side-to-side sway. So the three things that matter most is the stability of it, the overall recoil, and the idle sway. It completely outclasses the PKM, which the PKM to me was the most accurate LMG. And with this specific class setup on there, you guys are going to be stacking it together. It's going to give you the best accuracy possible, which is where this gun completely dominates all the LMGs, is the overall accuracy. And obviously that mobility was excellent. The biggest thing for me that separates these two weapons and the biggest factor is with that 60 round mag, you guys know it cuts about 3 seconds off the reload time. The MK9 is obviously going to reload about 60 bullets at 3.5 seconds. The PKM is going to reload 100 bullets about 8 seconds. So 3.5 seconds to reload all of your ammo is very, very fast. The PKM is on the very, very slow end at 8 seconds, which is obviously going to make a big difference. So the last factor is obviously the time to kill. With their damages being identical, their ranges being almost identical, all the way up to 74 meters, which is where that third damage range off of the MK9 is. They're going to have an identical time to kill. Anywhere above 74 meters, where the PKM obviously has more damage, it's going to kill faster. So the time to kill up to 74 meters being identical is pretty good for the MK9, because the PKM is one of the highest damage weapons in the game. So it's definitely what makes the MK9 pretty comparable to it. Anything above 74 meters, which is kind of a pretty good range, 74 meters and beyond. A lot of the fights I was using with the PKM were above 74 meters, so the fact that it kills faster is definitely going to factor a lot into what makes this gun good. But when you basically break down all of the info I just gave you guys, the MK9 is going to reload faster. It's going to have better overall accuracy. It's going to have a faster aim down sight time, a faster movement speed, and a faster stray speed. So the overall mobility and accuracy completely outclasses the PKM, and it reloads significantly faster than the PKM, which is what makes this gun absolutely amazing for me. Kind of reminds me of the Growl in the way of, this is what people really look for, is the, you know, all those kind of stats the Mark 9 has. So definitely would recommend you guys start using this weapon. As far as the PKM, it obviously has just a little bit more damage, only because it only has one drop off, and it has a faster time to kill at long range. So only 2 factors that make the PKM good. I definitely would think the Mark 9 right now is top 5 gun in the game. I'd rank it up there right now with the MP7, the MP5, the Growl, and obviously the M4. I would put the Mark 9 right number 5, and probably the PKM and the Ram 7 in my top 7. But this is definitely an excellent weapon. I definitely 100% recommend you guys start using this weapon because it's absolutely incredible. Reminds me basically of the Growl in LMG form, which pretty much everyone uses the Growl now. So if you guys want an LMG that has a lot more range, as far as that base range, is definitely going to help out a lot. It has a pretty good overall accuracy, which I think is a little bit better than that of the Growl. So if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Make sure you guys use code Trapgod on all of your scuff and GFUEL purchases. If you guys didn't know, my GFUEL code is currently 30% off right now. I can save you guys 30% off all of the tubs, 20% off the cans. If you guys want to buy some GFUEL, stay cracked. You guys are gaming Warzone. Make sure you guys use code Trapgod. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. I want you guys to comment down below, PKM or Mark 9, which gun do you guys think is better? Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.